Hello students, welcome to Edupedia Word videos. In this video, we'll be dealing with some questions on linear pair equations. So here goes the first question. The question says, determine the coordinates of the vertices of a triangle formed by lines 5x minus y equals 5 and 3x minus y equals 3 with y-axis. Friends, before dealing with the question, I would like to share with you how to know whether the given line, the equation of line, represents an increasing curve or a decreasing curve, that is an upward going line or a downward going line. Friends, first of all, if we have a line, say this, write this line as standard form, that is ax plus by plus c, which is minus 5, equal to 0. That is, bring all the terms to left hand side and make the right hand side equal to 0. Now if the product of coefficients, say p, which here is 5 into minus 1, that is minus 5. If this product is negative, then the line will be upward going, whereas if the product is positive, the line will be downward going. So in this case, product is negative, therefore line will be upward going or increasing. You will deal more about these in higher classes. Similarly, for the second equation, we can write it as 3x minus y minus 3 equal to 0. Now the product again is minus 3. That is, the line is again upward going. So we can have a rough idea of the equation 1 and 2 as there will be somewhat like this. Roughly on the Cartesian plane. We have to find out the coordinates of the triangle formed by these lines on y-axis. These lines could also be in the first and the third quadrant, like this. Since we don't have any coordinate, so roughly we can use this curve or this curve. As we proceed, we will be clarified with the result of how the curve will look like. Friends, what is y-axis? This whole thing is y-axis. That is the points 1, 2, 3, etc. and negative on this side. All these points have one thing in common. That is, their x coordinate is 0. That is, if we have to represent this point, we can say it is 0, 1. That is, y coordinate is 1 and x coordinate is 0. Similarly, this particular point is 0, 4. This point is 0, 2. So all in all, we can say at y-axis x equal to 0. Dear friends, this is the equation of y-axis. That is, the third equation we have is x equal to 0. Now, what we have to find? We have to find out a triangle formed by a line x equal to 0, which is y-axis, and a line, say 1, this one, and another line, say 2. We have to find out this triangle. And the vertices of this triangle. Say these vertices be A, B and C. This is equation 3, which we have find out here. Now, the point A is nothing but intersection of this equation 1 and equation 3. That is, point A is intersection of equation 1 and 3. Or A is the solution of pair 5x minus y equals 5 and x equal to 0. So we can find out the point A very easily. And the most convenient method here is substitution method, because x is clearly given as 0. Thus substitute this x equal to 0 in this equation. We get 0 minus 5 equal to 0, or y equals minus 5. Thus, x equal to 0 and y equal to minus 5 is the solution of this pair. Or ax comma y is nothing but 0 comma minus 5. Now, see point B. This line is line 2 and this y-axis is line 3. So point B is intersection of line 2 and 3. Thus, it is the solution of pair 3x minus y equals 3, which is the second equation, and x equal to 0, which is the third equation. On substituting this x equal to 0 in second equation, we have minus y equal to 3, or y equals minus 3. Thus the point B is nothing but 0 comma minus 3. Similarly, this C point is intersection of 1 and 2. Thus, solving 1 and 2, that is 5x minus y equals 5 and 3x minus y equals 3. We can use elimination method here because the coefficients are just having same sign and same magnitude. Thus subtracting 2 from 1, we get 5x minus 3x equals 2x, and minus y, minus and minus becomes positive, thus minus y plus y. which is 0y, equals 5 minus 3. Sorry, 2. That is x equals 2 over 2, which is 1. To find out the y coordinate, substitute y in any of the term or equation. Substituting x in first equation, we get 5 into 1 minus y equals 5. That is y 5 minus y equals 5, or y equals 0. Thus x equal to 1 and y equal to 0, or 1, 0 are the coordinates of intersection of 1 and 2, that is point C. Thus all in all, we have vertices as A 0, minus 5 from here, and B 0, minus 3 from here, and C 1, 0 from this part. So the vertices of the triangle formed by lines 1 and 2 with y-axis are 0, minus 5, 0, minus 3 and 1, 0. Let us have one more example. The question says a fraction becomes 1 by 3 when 1 is added, subtracted from numerator, and becomes 1 by 4 when 8 is added to the denominator. Find the fraction. Let, friends, the fraction be denoted by f equals x over y, where x is the numerator and y is the denominator. According to the question, if 1 is added, 1 is subtracted from numerator, that is x minus 1 over y, the fraction becomes 1 by 3. And in the second case, when 8 is added to the denominator, the fraction becomes 1 by 4. Clearly, both the equations are non-linear equations if presented in this form, but we can modify them to a pair of linear equations. That is, cross multiply this equation, we get x minus 1 into 3 equals y into 1, or 3x minus 3 equals y. That is 3x minus y equals 3 is the new first equation. For the equation second, again cross multiplying, we get 4x equals y plus 8, or 4x minus y equals 8 is the second equation. So both the equations can be written over here as this. Here, subtracting equation 1 from equation 2, we get 4x minus 3x as x and minus y minus minus of y, that is minus y plus y, which gets cancelled. 8 minus 3 is 5. Thus all in all x equals 5. Substituting the value of x in any equation, say second, we get 4 into 5 minus y equals 8, or 20 minus y equals 8. This implies minus y equals 8 minus 20, that is minus y equals minus of 12, which gives us y equals 12. Thus x equal to 5 and y equals 12. Our fraction was x over y, which becomes 5 over 12. So the original fraction or the required fraction is 5 by 12. Friends, let us have one more question. The question says Varun travels upstream 8 kilometers in 2 hours, and the same time he travels 40 kilometers downstream. Find his speed in still water and speed of water current. Friends, first thing we need to know is what is this upstream and downstream. Friends, if we have to move fighting with the current speed, that is the speed of water, then the speed is upstream. That is, if we have a river and our boat is moving with this direction, say speed v, and the speed of the water is say u in the opposite direction, then this particular case will be upstream. Clearly, here is a negative effect of the speed of water, so our speed will become v minus this water's speed, that is v minus u. Whereas if we are moving a boat in the water in the same direction of the speed of water, that is our speed v is in the same direction as the speed of water, then this is downstream. Here the total speed of our boat will be u plus v. The speed that it will be gaining will be u plus v. So let speed of rowing of boat by Varun be x kilometer per hour, and speed of water current be y kilometer per hour. Thus, if upstream 8 km in 2 hours is travelled by Varun, then the speed upstream will be x minus y kilometer per hour, and downstream will be x plus y kilometer per hour. Now friends, we know speed equals distance over time, or we can say speed into time is distance, that is, time is distance over speed. So in the case first, he says 8 km upstreams in 2 hours. For upstream we have speed as x minus y, that is, in 2 hours he has travelled 8 km with the speed of x minus y. Whereas the case second says he has travelled in same time 40 km downstream, that is, in 2 hours he has travelled 40 km downstream. For downstream, x plus y. So from first and second equations, the left hand side of both the equations are same. Thus we can equate right hand side, that is 8 over x minus y is 40 over x plus y. Or we can write x plus y over x minus y equal 40 over 8. That is, 8 fives are 40, which implies x plus y on cross multiplying equals 5 into x minus y. We get x plus y equals 5x minus 5y. Or bringing the x terms to one side and y terms to one side, we get 5x minus x equals y plus 5y. Or 6y equals 4x, that is, 6 over 4 y equals x, implies that x equals 3 by 2 y. Substitute this value in any equation 1 or 2. Let us put it in 1. We get 2 equals 8 over 3 by 2 y minus y. Or cross multiplying, we get 3 by 2 minus 1 into y, that is, bringing 1 common from these two terms, equals 8 by 2. Or 3 by 2 minus 1 is nothing but 3 minus 1, 2 over 2, that is 1 by 2. We have 1 by 2 y equals 8 by 2. 2 gets cancelled from this 2, or y equals 8. Now if y is 8, put y in this part, we get x equals 3 by 2 into 8, that is, 2 fours are 8, or x equals 12. Now friends, we have solved x as 12 and y as 8. Thus, speed of rowing of boat by Arun is 12 km per hour, whereas the speed of water current is 8 km per hour. So friends, these were few questions on linear pair equations. Thanks friends for watching Edupedia word videos.